Hey guys, DC Network here, coming at you with another video. So, in the last video I made, I kind of went on a rant about the Ben 10 reboot, and how, it's an awful show, and if you want to hear all my thoughts about what they did that really got me annoyed, I'll leave a link to that video in the description below. But anyways, the Ben 10 reboot came out in 2016, but should it have? I mean, there was another candidate that I think should have come out in 2016, and that was Ben 10,000. After Omniverse ended, I was really hoping to see a Ben 10,000 series. So, I mean, I was expecting that. If you watch the end of Omniverse, I think the last two episodes had involve Ben 10,000 a lot. So I thought, wow, isn't this a great segue into a Ben 10,000 series? You know, the last two episodes of Omniverse are focusing on Ben 10,000, or has a huge role in the episodes. So wouldn't that be a great segue that, oh look, Omniverse ends, last two episodes are about Ben 10,000, so what's up next? Ben 10,000, the series. That would have been awesome. I would have loved it. I think that the majority of the fan base would have loved it. But then they gave us the reboot. And granted, I remember when they announced the reboot, or before they announced it actually, there was no Ben 10 for a while. And I remember reading online like what's gonna happen next for Ben 10. Is it really over? Or are they gonna do something new? And the two possibilities I kept on seeing are a reboot and Ben 10,000. And out of the two, I saw a lot of people saying they would like a reboot. And I also saw a lot of people saying they would like to see Ben 10,000. Now, I was on the side that I thought it would be cool to see a Ben 10,000 series, but then thinking about why people would like to see a reboot, I mean, it makes sense. People love the original Ben 10. If you continued that, more so of a revival than a reboot, maybe a fifth season of the original series, people would have loved that. But then you decided, oh, look, let's just restart the whole show, make it look like Ben's a 5-year old, and let's call it the reboot and make it a comedy, 11 minutes long, and call it a day. No, what you should have done is be like, oh, how about we make a fifth season of the original series? The summer's over. Maybe it's next summer. Ben's 11 years old. He gets feedback because that would have happened, in Omniverse when Ben's 11, he had feedback. So, oh, he gets feedback. Maybe he gets like another alien. I mean, we probably wouldn't see that many new aliens because of continuity, but maybe we could. And it's just like, oh, Ben just never used them when he got older. And maybe if they made like a Ben 10,000 series, those aliens that they would appear in the fifth season of the original series would appear in Ben 10,000. But anyways, this video is mainly about seeing a Ben 10,000 show. Why wouldn't you want to do this? I mean, Ben 10,000, it seems like a great candidate for a show. He supposedly has 10,000 aliens. Obviously, we wouldn't see all 10,000 aliens, but I feel like in 10 years, right? Ben 10 was on for at least about 10 years, I think. So anyways, 10 years, maybe 11, whatever it is, you built the franchise for 10 years. You kept on adding new features to it, adding new lore, plot lines, and all that, new aliens. Then all of a sudden, you snap your finger, and that's all gone. Why? I mean, what if you made a Ben 10,000 series, and Ben got Gax? And all of a sudden, oh, instead of Gax being in the reboot, Gax is in Ben 10,000. Ben finally got the DNA for Vilgax and has Gax. Or even, oh, look, Ben has Shock Rock in Ben 10,000. It's one of the new 10 aliens they introduced. And like, I mean, you could have done that there, if not in the reboot, because you don't need a reboot, honestly. The franchise doesn't really need a reboot. I would understand if, like, Ben 10 came out in the 80s or 90s and then they're rebooting it now. That makes sense. Kind of like how they're doing with DuckTales on Disney XD. But the show doesn't need a reboot. 2005, 2016, that's 11 years. They don't need a reboot after that time. I would even have been fine with Man of Action deciding, hey, you know what, we want to do a reboot, but we understand that the fans want to see Ben 10,000. So what we'll do is that we'll air the reboot on Cartoon Network, and we'll get the current reboot we have now, and we'll air Ben 10,000 on Adult Swim, and it could have darker themes, kind of like Ultimate Alien and Alien Force had, and stuff like that. I mean, I would have been fine with that. I would have been happy with that because, listen, you're getting two demographics that way. You're getting the younger audience with the reboot of Ben, and then you're getting the original fans with Ben 10,000. You are making two worlds happy. You would be selling merchandise to the kids who are watching the Ben 10 reboot, and then you would be selling potential merchandise to the people who are watching Ben 10,000. It seems like a win-win to me, doesn't it? Does it seem like that to you? Because in my opinion, that's a win-win. You make double the money, and you please two different fan bases. Because I mean, I'm sure some kids today like the reboot. I know that most of the fans who like the original series don't like the reboot. So, like I said before, you would be pleasing two demographics, getting double the money, and that's pretty much it. Everyone be happy in the end. Man of Action and Cartoon Network are happy because they're swinging cash, and the fans are happy because they get more Ben 10. It's honestly that simple. Anyways, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.